everybody, my name is Rozalind. I'm a certified diabetes educator with Diabetes Canada and International Diabetes Federation. So my channel is called Diabetes College Let's Diabetes It. This is my first video, and so this is actually episode 1. Okay, so this channel seeks to provide education and enlightenment regarding diabetes management and prevention. So it's typically information session only. If required at some point, I'm going to be inviting some experts to address different parts of diabetes, like complications, diet, whatever it is that requires an expert input. And so I would like to disclaim that I'm not here representing my employer. I'm not representing Diabetes Canada or International Diabetes Federation or any diabetes organization at that. I am just here for Diabetes College Let's Diabetes, just for you and I, an interactive section that is everyone is gonna be learning from each other. So I would like to also disclaim again that if you have any diabetes related concerns or any health related concerns, the best person to go to is actually your doctor. It's going to individualize your care. Like I said, this is information session only, an interactive session where we learn from each other in order to really beat this epidemic called diabetes. Always endeavor to start from this episode 1 as an introduction, so at least we know what we are going to be, where we are, and follow sequentially. As much as I do not represent any of the organizations, I'd like to inform you that most of my information are going to be, the material for this channel are going to be obtained from maybe International Diabetes Federation, could be WHO, Diabetes Canada, or American Diabetes Association, UKPD, because all those are evidence-based material. So that's just for you to know, I can't be feeding you anything. Okay, having done this introduction, I will quickly define what is diabetes, because that's what this platform is all about. We're going to talk diabetes and nothing more at the point. Okay, so what is diabetes? Simply put, I'll say that diabetes is a situation where your body is unable to make good use of sugar. You know what? Before I proceed, I'd like to define 2 words that are going to be reoccurring on this in the whole episodes. One is insulin and the other one is sugar. So what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone in the body, in the part of the body called the pancreas, that the body will release whenever you eat your food. Insulin helps to break down this, to metabolize the food, to make it better, either to be stored in your body or to be used. So it can look after fat, it can look after protein, it looks after sugar, it looks after minerals. So, but for the benefit of this, we're going to be focusing on insulin and sugar. So what insulin will do when you eat food that contains sugar is it will open the door and channel those food from the blood to the cells where they'll be utilized as energy. So that's the primary function of insulin regarding this situation. Sugar. Sugar is an end product of any starchy or carbohydrate food. So when we say starchy or carbohydrate food, I'm talking about rice, potato, plantain, pasta, yam, and some fruits like apple, mango, banana. There's a whole lot of it. There are starchy vegetables and there are fruits. All those, when you eat them, like you get home today, you feel very hungry, you are lacking energy, and you need food, then you are going to be eating one of those starchy or carbohydrate food to give you the energy. So when you eat that, they are broken down into sugar, and then insulin is released to take those sugar from the blood and direct them to the cells where you will now use them as energy. So whatever carbohydrate food you eat is recooked to sugar or glucose. So those 2 words are going to be used interchangeably. Okay, so that's the form the body can really make use of it. So when you eat it, the body channel, the insulin is released from the pancreas. It now channels it to the cells where they can be utilized as energy. So if you do not have diabetes, that flows smoothly. But when you have diabetes, that function is highly compromised. It's either the body is not able to produce enough insulin to take the sugar away from your blood, or it doesn't even have insulin at all to produce to take the sugar out of your blood. So we test your blood sugar, we test your blood, and there is so much sugar going on, and we say you have high blood sugar, which is diabetes. So I'm going to keep it here for today as an introduction, and I'd like us to look forward to the upcoming episode, because where we're going to be talking more about how do you know you have diabetes, what are the signs and symptoms of diabetes. So in the next episode, we're going to be talking about how do you even know that you have diabetes, and we'll also tackle the types of diabetes. Till then, I will say you look after yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode. I do really hope everybody enjoys this channel. Okay.